Listen carefully, chosen one. This message is not for everyone. It's for the one who's been through silent battles, the kind no one saw. For the one who smiled while breaking. For the one who kept standing when the world tried to knock them down. You've been misunderstood, misjudged, lied about, attacked without reason. And maybe you've been asking, God, why do they hate me when all I ever did was love? Why does it seem like the more I give, the more I get betrayed? If you've ever whispered those words, this message is heaven's answer. Because heaven saw every attack. And heaven did not stay silent. They tried to destroy you. But heaven fought back. Let's go deeper. Because before your victory came, there was a war for your destiny. Long before people turned against you, the enemy recognized your purpose. You were marked by heaven before you took your first breath. That's why the warfare started early. Ever noticed how nothing ever came easy for you? Every blessing had a battle. Every open door had opposition. Every time you tried to rise, something tried to pull you down. It wasn't coincidence, it was confirmation. The moment you were chosen, hell sent counterfeits, distractions, and betrayals. They didn't just attack your name, they attacked your identity. Because if you ever realized who you truly are in the spirit, you'd become unstoppable. That's why the devil fought so hard to make you question yourself. He used rejection to make you doubt your worth. He used heartbreak to silence your voice. He used disappointment to make you fear hope again. But every time the enemy thought he won, heaven said, "Not this one. This one belongs to me." Let's be real. The hardest battles didn't come from strangers. They came from people you loved. Family, friends, people you trusted with your heart. They smiled in your face but secretly wanted your downfall. They acted like they were helping you, but they were hoping you'd fail. And you kept asking yourself, what did I ever do wrong? The truth is, you did nothing wrong. You simply carried light in a world comfortable with darkness. And light irritates hidden demons. Some people weren't against you, they were just possessed by jealousy. Your spirit irritated their shadows. Your growth threatened their stagnation. But God used it all, even their betrayal, to position you higher. Because what they meant for evil, heaven flipped for destiny. Now listen carefully, because this part is important. Heaven allowed some of those losses. Not because you were weak, but because you needed to learn how to fight with faith, not flesh. Some doors closed not because God was punishing you, but because He was protecting you from counterfeits. They left you? Good. Because if they could walk away, they were never meant to stay. Some people were never assigned to your future, only your training. You thought you were being rejected, but heaven was redirecting. That's why it hurt so much. You were fighting to hold on to what heaven was trying to release. But now you see it, don't you? Every ending carried a hidden beginning. Every no was divine redirection. Every disappointment was sacred protection. Because heaven doesn't lose battles, heaven writes blueprints. There were nights when you couldn't explain the heaviness. When you felt drained for no reason. When you sensed something dark pressing on your spirit. That was the invisible war. Your soul was under attack because of the power you carry. While others slept peacefully, you were fighting unseen forces in your dreams. While others complained about small problems, you were breaking generational chains. Chosen ones don't fight normal battles because they're not carrying normal purpose. The enemy doesn't fear your name, he fears your assignment. And in those nights when you thought God was silent, He wasn't absent, He was observing. He was allowing the enemy to show his cards before heaven made its move. Because when heaven strikes, it doesn't miss. You didn't see it, but heaven was already working behind the scenes. Angels were being dispatched. Divine alignments were being written in your favor. Conversations were happening in rooms your feet hadn't entered yet. Heaven was preparing a table for you. And sometimes that preparation looked like isolation. You thought you were alone, but really, you were being hidden. Hidden for protection. Hidden for growth. Hidden until the time was right. Because the same people who once mocked your pain are about to witness your resurrection. Heaven doesn't clap back with words. Heaven claps back with results. Every chosen one has that one moment when everything shifts. When the storm that was sent to drown you becomes the wind that lifts you. When the same fire that burned your comfort zone refines your calling. That's where you are now. The turning point. You've cried your last fearful tear. You've fought your last invisible war. You've carried pain long enough. Now it's time for heaven's payback. Because when heaven fights for you, it doesn't just restore what was lost. It multiplies it. You're about to see divine reversal. The ones who lied will be exposed. The doors that closed will open wider. The people who doubted you will watch you walk in purpose. And you won't have to explain anything. Your elevation will speak for itself. The enemy's biggest mistake wasn't attacking you. It was attacking you too early. You were still in training, still learning how to pray, still discovering who you are. And every attack only taught you how to stand taller. You became unbreakable through pain. You became unstoppable through rejection. You became untouchable through surrender. The enemy thought he was destroying you. But he was actually pushing you into your divine awakening. Heaven turned your tears into testimony. Your warfare into wisdom. Your silence into strength. Now you move differently, not with fear, but authority. You don't chase validation anymore. You don't beg for love anymore. Because you finally realized you were heaven's choice all along. Get ready, chosen one, because heaven is about to make a public announcement. You've been in a private season of pain. But now comes a public season of proof. The same people who laughed at you are about to see why you couldn't quit. The same voices that mocked you will have to acknowledge your resilience. God is about to make your testimony visible. The very places where you were humiliated will become the stage for your honor. Because divine justice doesn't just restore, it rewards. You will recover the years. You will regain the peace. You will rise higher than before. And heaven will get all the glory. Chosen one. Listen carefully, because this is where heaven starts turning everything around. You've cried. You've endured. You've questioned why it had to be so hard. You've watched people rise who tried to bury you. You've stayed silent while lies spread faster than truth. But heaven says the season of suffering is now shifting into the season of reversal. Every tear you shed was recorded. Every injustice that touched your life is now standing before divine judgment. And the God who saw it all is about to rewrite the story in your favor. This is what divine reversal feels like. It's when the same pain that broke you becomes the platform that builds you. It's when the same names that were used to mock you become the ones God uses to announce you. It's when the same place you were rejected becomes the ground of your recognition. You see, heaven doesn't just restore what was lost. Heaven reverses the very order of what was meant to destroy you. Those who lied about you will have to speak truth. Those who walked away will have to watch your elevation. Those who tried to shut you out will hear your name called in rooms they can't enter. Because divine reversal doesn't happen quietly. It happens publicly, so no one doubts that heaven fought for you. God is not just giving you back what you lost. He's giving it back with interest. The lost years. The wasted effort. The broken trust. The silent tears. He's packaging it all into a blessing so full that it makes every former pain make sense. This is what the scripture meant when it said, I will restore the years that the locust has eaten. Not the moments. Not the memories. The years. The time you thought was wasted. The energy that felt stolen. The dreams that were delayed. Heaven is saying, I'm giving it back, but better. Because when heaven reverses something, it never returns in the same form. You might have lost people, but you'll gain peace. You might have lost things, but you'll gain wisdom. You might have lost time, but you'll gain acceleration. You are about to experience what we call divine exchange, where pain is traded for purpose, where sorrow becomes strategy, where warfare turns into worship. It's not punishment, it's prophecy fulfilling itself. Because every chosen one has a reversal season. A moment where God says, now watch what I do with what they tried to destroy. And when that reversal begins, everything shifts fast. You'll notice the people who used to overlook you suddenly remembering your name. The opportunities that seemed impossible suddenly opening. The heaviness that sat on your spirit suddenly lifting. You won't have to fight for it, you'll just walk into it. Because when heaven reverses the flow, the river runs toward you. You're not chasing blessings anymore, blessings are chasing you. Every seed you planted in faith, every prayer you whispered through tears, every act of kindness you gave when no one noticed, it's all returning now, multiplied. That's the law of heaven. Nothing done in love goes unrewarded. Nothing endured in silence goes unseen. Nothing suffered for righteousness goes unpaid. You've been through humiliation, now comes elevation. You've endured delay, now comes divine delivery. You've walked through fire, now comes favor. The very thing that was meant to break you is becoming the thing that blesses you. The very people who push you away are about to witness your breakthrough. Because God is showing that He alone writes your story, not them. So don't try to explain your comeback. Don't defend your blessing. Don't justify your growth. Because divine reversal isn't meant to be explained, it's meant to be witnessed. You're about to walk into a chapter that feels like justice wearing peace. Where everything makes sense, not because you understand it, but because you survived it. The battle was never about breaking you, it was about birthing you. And now heaven is releasing you into everything the enemy tried to block. The ones who once asked, "Where is their God?" will now say, "Surely, their God fought for them." This is your season of reversal, where what was meant to destroy you becomes your divine proof. The tables have turned. The script has flipped. And heaven has spoken. You are not returning to the same life. You are stepping into the life the warfare was preparing you for. This is not a comeback. This is a reversal, written by heaven, signed by God, and sealed with your endurance. So lift your head, chosen one. The storm is over. The page has turned. The reversal is here. Heaven has fought back. And heaven has won. They tried to destroy your name, but God is rebranding it. They tried to bury your influence, but God is resurrecting it. They tried to erase your presence, but heaven is highlighting it. Your story is about to inspire the same people who once judged you. They won't understand how you made it, because your survival is supernatural. You weren't supposed to make it this far. You weren't supposed to heal this well. You weren't supposed to still have peace, but look at you. You are heaven's evidence. You are living proof that divine protection is real. You are walking testimony that heaven fights for its own. You didn't fight alone. Every time you prayed, heaven moved. Every time you forgave, angels recorded it. Every time you resisted revenge, heaven released reward. Because God doesn't forget obedience. He honors endurance. So now, as heaven fought back, you will see the shift. The pressure turning into promotion. The isolation turning into divine introduction. The same tears that watered your pain will now water your garden. You're stepping into the chapter that makes sense of every battle. Chosen one. They tried to destroy you. But heaven fought back. You are not a victim, you are victory in human form. You are the proof that divine justice is not a myth, it's a promise. So lift your head. Straighten your crown. Because the very hell that tried to break you now trembles when it hears your name. You survived what was meant to end you. You overcame what was designed to silence you. And you're about to walk into blessings that carry your name on them. Don't be bitter. Be better. Don't seek revenge. Seek revelation. Because when heaven fights for you, no weapon, no word, no witchcraft, no lie can stand. Your survival wasn't accidental, it was prophetic. You are still here because heaven never stopped fighting. Now it's your turn to live like the victory was already won. Because it was. Heaven fought back. And heaven won.